team coverage moves to Dr. Sean Foreman joining us now, political science chair at Barry University. Dr. Foreman, thanks so much for being with us. First off, support for and against this committee's work among South Florida members of Congress really falls along party lines. Do you think either side is making a strategic political mistake based on what South Florida voters are thinking?
Well, good evening, Steve. I think that's what we're going to be watching, one of the storylines unfold. Of course, this is very significant, what happened on January 6th, and having people accountable for it. But the other part of it will be what's the electoral fallout in this year's midterm elections. I think you're right. Most Democrats, Republicans will be the way we expect them to be. But we can watch in South Florida, Maria Elvira Salazar and Carlos Jimenez. They're seen as a little bit more moderate Republicans. They even voted for the first iteration of this committee to go forward, which was going to be an independent commission. When that was scuttled and it became really a Democratic committee, then they changed their votes. But again, those are who we're watching, and especially Salazar, who has a competitive race coming up against Annette Taddeo. Right now, Jimenez doesn't have any people running against him in his primary or in the general. We'll see if that changes next week.
Certainly interesting to watch that. Now, no matter what the House committee says after this investigation, Trump loyalists are likely to not accept the findings. What do we do when a significant percentage of the population thinks a deadly attack on the Capitol to overturn an election is basically no big deal?
Well, you know, again, that's where we are here, a year after this committee was formed, 18 months after the event that we're talking about. There's still people who will claim that Donald Trump won the election, who won't agree to the legitimacy of 2020. So they don't care what happens here. They don't think that this is legitimate. But for the rest of us who believe that we have a very serious threat and this could happen again in the future if we don't get to the bottom of what happened and hold people accountable, I think that's what we're watching. You know, Steve, what I'm worried about are stunts from crazy right-wingers who may try to storm into the room and disrupt things, who may put Donald Trump on TV reacting in live time, or may do something else to really distract from the seriousness of what we're going to see tonight.
Now, we'll certainly keep an eye on that. After tonight, where do we go from here after this?
Again, we'll see. They tell us there's explosive and new details. Let's see. Donald Trump was already impeached, but he can run for office again if he wants to next time. So I think what we're looking at is, will Congress lay out chargeable offenses that then the Department of Justice and the Attorney General will have to carry through and bring charges if they're warranted. And of course, we have an election coming up this year. So it all has to happen in a way that makes it look not political, but really following the law. And again, trying to bring accountability to those terrible actions that we saw on January 6, 2021.
We will be watching tonight. Dr. Foreman, thanks so much for being with us. And you can watch CBS News Capitol Assault hearings tonight from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on CBS 4. And then on CBS 4 News at 11, we hope to bring you reaction from our members of Congress if they respond to us. Now, so far, after days of trying, most of them haven't told us if they're willing to speak with us tonight.